On today's edition of the news, the heavy infantry Mandalorian. We know where he's at, it's an exclusive, and I'll tell you in this video where you can get your hands on one. A rumor report from yakface.com tells us there's another board game on the way featuring the beloved retro collection. Who is the character going to be? And would you buy an empty Black Series box off eBay like these? Someone did, and I'll tell you how much they paid as well. And from the Mandalorian, we check out a custom Mudhorn. All this and more coming up. Welcome to Usualmike Television Toy Showcase channel. Today, first up in the news, let me tell you is all about the Copa thing, just a little bit. Have a look at my stats. Look at that. I am 97.2% over 18. This is not a kids channel. My stats don't lie. There you go, everybody. I thought it was lower than that, but it's actually quite high. Brilliant. So, set at adult from here on. The first bit of news we've got to talk about, remember we showed this picture of the heavy infantry Mandalorian, and it was that white background. I don't know where that image came from. I believe it was Mighty Ape in New Zealand. They had that image up there, and then Yakface shared it. And now we have some, obviously, high-res stuff that comes directly from Hasbro, which has the black background. Look at these images. Oh, it is beautiful. As well as the box image as well. Lovely, lovely. This is an exclusive, and it is available. I didn't want it to be Best Buy exclusive. If you didn't know that, Best Buy exclusive. And if you guys here in Australia, our Best Buy is called JB Hi-Fi. I went in there yesterday when I found out about this. Please can I pre-order this figure? Have you got the IG-11? Have you got the ATST with that Clatoonian action figure for the vintage collection? No, they don't do any of that in this country. Only in Best Buy. It's going to be hard to find in this country. I have no clue for you Aussies or even you guys in New Zealand where we're going to find this figure. I don't know. Perhaps Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles may have them in stock. And thanks to Jesus_Esquivel1, I think I said your name right, my friend, shared with me these images from his local Best Buy, and as you can see the release date on this is the 23rd of November 2019, and the price is $29.99, which here in Australia is usually double. We're looking at $60 to $70 for this thing, and a big chunky box as well, which will be similar to say the Deluxe Stormtrooper or the Gamorrean Guard. Nice big thick boxes, big thick, very chunky heavy infantry Mandalorian. Great figure. We did see him in episode 3, spoiler alert. But there you go. Moving on. Next bit of news comes from yakface.com. The rumor report, he was looking for some information regarding the retro collection. Now, wait there. So other than the 6 figures that came out for the retro collection, we also got this. This is the Escape from the Death Star board game. This one here, the board game is, well, owned by Hasbro, so yes, it's like you want to be a board game collector, you buy the board game, you get into action figures. You want to be an action figure collector, you gotta buy a board game. So it's covering both bases. I'll get him out and show you what he looks like inside. Let's try and not break everything. So that's what you got with him. You got an action figure. This Grand Moff Tarkin, never made back in the day. Fantastic. Get up there for your close-up. Brilliant stuff. People aren't a big fan of this. I left it on because I thought, well, it comes with the packaging. It's going to stay on there. I leave them carded. Lovely. So, there's another one rumoured to come out. This one is rumoured to be the Hoth Ice Planet Adventure game. This was one of the games that came back in the day. Also owned by Kenner, now absorbed and owned by Hasbro. They will probably put an action figure out with this game, and whom do you think it might be? I've seen in forums people are asking about General Raikan. I don't know. He did have an action figure out, but he didn't have an old school vintage one. Let me know in the comments which vintage figure you would like to see, which retro figure you would like to see in the new board game. The other board game that they haven't done is the one from The Empire Strikes Back, which is this one called Yoda the Jedi Master Game. So a couple of board games, the one in particular, the Hoth Ice Planet game. In my mind, what I'm thinking, because it's Hoth, do you remember in the first wave of the Vintage Collection when they reintroduced them, we had the Hoth Rebel Trooper? Do you think they might make that and put it in the game as a retro collection figure? Not sure yet, but watch this space and we'll find out some more later on. Moving on. The Skywalker Saga collection, all the commemorative edition stuff. They're all the gold figures. They've already been released. They've re-released them now in painted them gold, put them in 2-packs, and they had the OT, the PT, and the ST. And from Forlom to Zuckus, shared this image on the internet. Check that out. All together. That's the first time I've seen them all together when it's not like a publicity shot or a glam shot. That is just what they all look like. So this is officially the last of the 3.75s ever to be made, apparently. The basic ones, not the vintage ones. The ones before this were the Resistance, Star Wars Resistance, the very short TV show. So yeah, if you wanted to get the last of the 3.75, that's all of them in one photo. Next up is an interesting story. This one comes from a nerd from Long Island who found an eBay listing of, wait for it, a first edition Mandalorian Black Series empty box. And guess what? This thing sold unbelievably. It sold after a bidding war of 26 bids for $55.01 and $5 shipping. No figure, just an empty box. Wow, just an empty box. Seems like someone wanted that first edition box. I have no first edition, so I can't even hold up one and show you. The closest thing I've got is the carbonized white box, which you can just see up in the top there, but I don't have a first edition one to even say look what they look like. Someone's bought an empty box for $55. Wow. So my last bit of news, we go back to the customs, and another awesome one from DIY SW Dioramas. Wow, we have a Mudhorn. Mudhorn was seen in The Mandalorian. Fantastic. If you haven't seen it, fingers in ears for a second. It's the beast that has the egg that the Jawas want to eat. So there you go. This thing here he created out of. So he started with Reek's body, trimmed it up a little bit, applied some plaster, created the big horn, waited till he was dried, and started the paint job procedure until he had come to the final outcome. Because he sculpted the horn and the body with clay, then added plaster to the top layer. He used pillow stuffing for the fur with a lot of glue and paint, and I think he nailed it. You can see in the background as well, there's the egg. Fantastic. I think he enjoys this show so much. We're going to see some more stuff from The Mandalorian from DIY SW Dioramas here on the channel. We'll feature him a lot. He does some fantastic work, and huge big fan of the show. We appreciate you, my friend. That's it today. Quick news break. My name is Usualmike. My sponsor is Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles for all your Star Wars, Marvel, DC, TV and movies, WWE and sci-fi needs. Check him out today. Link in the description down below. If you'd like to buy some shirts, check out my merch. All of my shirts are available in my Redbubble store. Buying from the Redbubble store helps out the channel, so thank you very much. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Usualmike30 or on Instagram at Usualmike And if you'd like to send some fan mail, it's up here at PO Box 957, Lismore, New South Wales 2480, Australia. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap the little bell for notifications, slap a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. All the best.